What's up, everybody? You should know who I am by now. It's KB, and if you're like me, you love movies. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me get to this point that we can celebrate. Uh, I know some people hit 1,000 subscribers in 6 months, 1 year, even 2 years. But I feel like it's more about the quality of my followers than the quantity and how quickly we get there. So, however, we got there, as you saw in the intro, I want to take a moment and thank you. Thank you for helping me get there. Thank you, many of you, for being my guest on the conversation and on roundtables. Helped me get through different challenges and different seasons. I'm just looking forward to more of the same. And I'm also getting looking forward to getting rid of this thing that I've been April has been rough, man. That's all I'll say. April has been a funky month for me. You know, we started off on a high with Panic Fest, the film festival here in Kansas City that I talk about ad nauseum. I do because it's really cool and it's always fun. The first year that I went, I had the opportunity to hang out with the Rad Pack because they came in. This year, same thing again. In between, my friends Eric and Melissa came down from Canada. I've met new friends there. I've made business connections there. I met Daniel from Cobweb this year. Just so many different people. So I just want to thank everyone who's been able to get me to this point. But I went to the film festival and closing nights always like a big deal. And I was going to get to see The Ugly Stepsister, which a lot of you have seen and you know how good it is. And I was also looking forward to Clown in the Cornfield, and I couldn't make it. I went Tuesday night. I saw The Shrouds, and Justin from Justin David and Justin's Basement was sitting there with me, and we were like Whiskey Tango Foxtrot on this movie. And I just wish I could like flip it and have that be the last night, and for me to miss that and see those other two, because Wednesday morning I woke up and I couldn't do anything. Runny nose, all the cold symptoms, one after the other. And I finally got rid of all of them. And then the next thing I had was this dry cough. And that continued for another 2 weeks. And come to find out, it's what they call probable pneumonia, which we just call pneumonia. So I'm on antibiotics and feeling better. But I don't know about you guys. When I'm sick, I am not a baby. I'm not like, I am like, just leave me alone. And when I say leave me alone, I don't even watch movies. I know a lot of people have like their go-to nostalgic movies that they watch when they're sick. I don't do any of that. I don't read. I don't watch TV. I just veg and I try to catch up on sleep. So last night was only the fifth night since the beginning of this whole cold thing for the month of April that I was able to sleep all the way through the night with the antibiotics. And my body's like, "Yay, can I have, like, 20 more days of that?" So, I'm definitely looking forward to more good nights of sleep, sleeping in on the weekends. Yes, watching movies. My daughter and I have started going through Tarantino's filmography, and we're going through in order. So we watch Reservoir Dogs, we watch Pulp Fiction, and we'll continue as the evenings and the opportunities give us, time to do so. But in between, it's peppermint tea, it's a lot of hot water and cold water as well. So I'm glad to see everybody popping up in the chat, everyone who's lurking, everyone on the rewatch. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for checking it out. As I always say, if you've been here before, welcome back. But if it's your first time here, somebody told you about it, you saw on Instagram, one of them, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Hang out. We have a great community here as far as people who love movies. That's what this channel was started on. It was just me being a movie lover, all genres and wanted to share that love of movies. I wanted to talk about Scorsese and Hitchcock and Spike Lee and how you rank the Evil Dead franchise and just be able to communicate with other people who could do that too. So I found that in everyone here. And talking about everyone here, let me pop into the chat to see who's on the check in. If you have any questions, you could just start dumping them in. I will not answer everything. I'm just saying that for one or two people who just come in with, 50, 11 random questions, that's not me. I'll answer one or two if it's, pertinent to me. But, the chat, I try to jump around because I want to have the respect of your conversations in the chat, staying in the chat, but also just to keep things moving. But I always appreciate chat. Let's see who's joining us. First things first, I saw my man pop in early. Adrian James on the check-in saying, "How are you doing?" Thank you as always for joining. Always appreciate you popping into our live chats and our live streams. We got Tony P in the house saying, "Congrats on 1K. You deserve many more." Thank you, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. That's my thing for the year. So tell someone to tell someone about the channel. Tell them you enjoyed your time on there. Show them your conversation and get the word out. That's for everyone, whether you've been on the conversation or anything else on here or not. Just get the word out. If you like the stuff that we're doing here, I can't even call it content because all we're doing is just having good chats about movies and getting to know other movie lovers. But if you like what we've been doing here for the last 3 years now, I think this month, tax day made 3 years, so there's that to celebrate as well. But if you like what we do here on the channel, and as we're venturing out social media, as you saw, it's now a podcast, and we'll talk a little bit about the podcast later, but if you like it, just tell somebody about it. We got Eli Cortez on the check-in saying, "What's up? How's it going, my man?" We got Mama Blu-ray in the house saying, "Congrats." Thank you, Bonnie. You and Susan also very early on became pretty much a part of the channel for me. So I always appreciate you checking in, leaving funny comments, even your memes on Facebook. I love it all. I love it all. So everyone saying hi to each other. We got Prince in the house. Thank you for checking in, man. You always make me smile. I can guarantee that what something you tell me is going to make me smile. So thank you for always being there, and thanks for the smile. What's up, Trace? We got Nerdy Film Girl checking in. Um, she has great content. Also, Bone Bridger, John Automates. You guys do a fantastic job just covering movies from different perspectives. I frequently go back and look at clips from the round table that the four of us had together, as well as your conversation. I just love it. Hope you and Maxfield are doing well. Thank you for checking in. Everyone saying hi to each other. Yeah, man. 1,000. Hoping to go up beyond, not for just numbers' sake, but just because I just want to see more people join in. And I just love it. I just love talking movies. So the more people that I could talk movies with, the better. And we'll talk about upcoming guests as well. So hold on, check in. We got Gunchi checking in, saying congrats on hitting that 1,000 mark. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being there at all odd hours of the day. We really appreciate it. It's one thing if you're in the Eastern or the Central time zone here in the States, but you're not. And I won't say where you are because I always do, but I appreciate you always checking in. Yeah, man, the health is getting there. Yeah, it's been a long time just because this is actually a long time. I'm going 11 minutes without coughing. I'm giving myself credit here. Now that I said I'm gonna start coughing. Yeah, but, I've been doing better since I started taking the antibiotics, and that has helped cut down on the coughing, and the coughing cutting down has helped on the sleeping, so I'm on the road to recovery. Thank you. We got Mika in the house. Thank you for the congrats. You two ladies, oh man, especially lately, I've been missing. The other night, I missed your, it looked like you had 9 people up in that live stream, but I missed that live stream. I came in right at the end. I was like, oh man. But I love to see what you and Kira have been doing on your own, also on other people's podcasts. So you ladies have a voice, and I love it. Sometimes it's the same voice, but you have a voice. And I love to see you out there and sharing that voice with others because, it's good representation. I love to see that. Talking about that, we got Brother Dell in the house saying, what's up? Thank you, sir. That's all I'm going to say to you. Thank you because I always appreciate you. I think we came up pretty much in the same time. Everything from movie swap to everything else. Come here, mama. Hi, mama girl. Oh, thank you. I got my mama girl joining me. So, yeah, everything from your movie swaps to your support of my channel, how I try to support yours. I just appreciate you, brother. And, they say people from Queens are not that nice. You're nice. I like you. People saying hi to each other. Hi, you gonna be on the TV with Daddy? Yeah, this is my mama girl right here. Yeah, girl, I am clocking the peppermint tea. Also, I got green tea with mint. Been doing that too. So that's been helpful. I had to put down the coffee for a little while, and not having a coffee is definitely helping. So I'm in my tea game right now. I'm in my tea game. Prince with the questions. We'll come back to that. I'm starting all the questions and I'm going to come back to them. Also, I'm going to address the few that I got on Instagram that I didn't answer directly. Um, we'll come back to it. Thank you. I am getting better. I am getting better. I'm going to stop right there for a minute and I'm going to answer one of the questions that was sent in because it has to do with upcoming thing here. So let's see. So I asked on Instagram if you can't make it, go ahead and send in a question. That way you could catch it on the replay or just put it out there to the ether and, whoever's going to see it, answer it, whatever. So my girl Frances put out a question for me and she's asked, what has been your favorite movie to watch so far this year? Oh man. I think I'm like many people, so I'm just gonna do this. I think yeah, I think that has been my number one movie for sure, for sure. And that's my favorite poster and the way I've seen it 2 of the 3 times that I've seen it. Yes, I did go to see it 3 times. So yeah, Sinners, Sinners, Sinners. For sure, for sure, for sure. I just love exactly everything that Ryan Coogler has done with the movie in his writing, his directing. The more I find out about it, the more I dig the movie. There's so much to it. It's very easy to take a look at a movie like this and look at it on the surface and say, "Ah, man, it's just from dusk to dawn with black people." You're missing out so much. You're missing out on the fact that you have the first female director shooting with the IMAX camera. You have a story of his family, his uncle, who is really what this story is about. And everything circles around him and his love of blues music and the crazy stories he used to tell him when he had enough liquor in him and the music was getting good. You miss the fact that Buddy Guy was in there because his uncle used to love Buddy Guy. And you miss the dynamics of each of the relationships in the movie. It is like, you know, how Shrek and Donkey said, there's layers to this. And we're not just talking parfait. Everybody love parfait, but I'm saying there's layers to Sinners. And the more I watch it, the more I get out of it. the more I hear think pieces on it. I mean, some people are going crazy. Like there's each element represented by each cat. Y'all going a little crazy, but at the same time, there is a lot to it, and there's a lot to be explored with the movie. So, Sinners definitely is my favorite movie of the year so far. Now, going back to the comments, Dell asked, "With Sinners on the brain?" Yes, it is. Who would you have direct a Blackula remake? Who would you cast as male and female leads? That is a good one because I think the perfect person that would have been good for Blackula was the late Tony Todd. I think he would have did a really good job with that movie. And then you could just pick any young up and coming Nubian sister and she would have fit in well with it. But as far as remakes, hmm, unless he gets like last thing, I would say Spike, but he doesn't usually get last look. That's why Old Boy was so messed up. So I would give it to somebody young and upcoming who has some type of affinity for the original, someone who's into like black exploitation movies and can appreciate doing something with the movie to modernize it, but also keep certain things of the original. I would like to see that. Yeah, support's always there for you. Dude, on the check-in, congrats on 1K. Can't stay long. My wife and I are getting ready to see a late show of The Amateur. I might go check that out this weekend. If I get out the house to see anything, I might go see either The Amateur or The Wedding Banquet. And I still want to see if I could catch Novocaine in the theaters. I know it's probably out, it's out on VOD, but some theaters might still be showing it. Trying to be, yeah, quit being a grump and see at least one new movie per month per year. I remember that conversation. Uh, he was being a little bit of a curmudgeon about new movies and was kind of stuck in the past. I was like, man, you won't know what's good until you get out there. It's a lot of bad, I'll say that. But as with Sinners, we saw there's a lot of good. So, um, Prince, I'm going to come back to your questions. I promise you. Sinners, favorite film of the year thus far. Stellar. Yes. Sinners is going to be our next theater viewing. Good, good. Hearing lots about it. Put it this way: I have 3 kids. My son, my 2 daughters. Uh, the last time I went to see it, my older daughter went to see it with me. She'll watch anything with me, horror, drama, whatever. She's the one doing the Tarantino filmography with me. But my younger daughter is a little bit of a fraidy cat. And she's actually, I think, if I'm correct, at a Regal Theater right now checking out Sinners. I was like, it's Scaredy Cat approved. So her and her girlfriends went to see it tonight. So baby girl, I'm proud of you. Daddy proud of you. I'll just say that much. Let's see. Yeah, Sinners is heavily layered and I love it. So do I. Adrian James, are you going to see Thunderbolts? Yeah, I think I will. I've come to a conclusion. I cannot rate Marvel movies anymore. I could just rank them because I try to rate Captain America. I can't rate that. I'm too much of a former comic book geek, and nothing is going to be good without jaded eyes after Endgame. Everything is going to be in comparison. Even stuff like it doesn't matter if it's good or not. It's not that. That's what it's gonna always come back to. So I'm just gonna rank them. So yeah, I'm gonna check out Thunderbolts for sure. Black Bag is one of my top 4 of the year. My top 4 are Sinners, Companion, One of Them Days with Kiki Palmer and SZA. I really enjoyed that because we don't have enough comedies these days. I think if I saw Warfare, that would have been up there. But Soderbergh's Black Bag is up there in my top 4 for the year. I just posted about that the other day. It was good. I saw it twice. I actually watched it on VOD. The music in Sinners is just transcendent. The cast is just spectacular. Ryan Coogler is in a class of his own. Yeah, he really is. And he's doing this thing. Culture Trini. What up, what up, what up, what up? Salute, my man. Always good to see you, brother. You're another one. I have to thank you. You're probably saying, "What am I thanking you for?" I'm thanking you for always being here. I'm thanking you for having a voice, even if you think you don't all the time. I'm listening, so that means you have a voice, and it's a voice I wanna hear. So, when you think nobody wants to hear you, I wanna hear you. So, love seeing you in here, and I love to hear your voice. My wife hates horror, even she loves it. Yeah, that's what I'm telling people. It's like some people say it's like 2 movies in 1. I say it's not strictly a horror movie. For a matter of fact, it only takes place for what? Less than half the movie? I can't say it's an act. It's not like the 3rd act is just a vampire movie. It's a little bit more than that, but I would say, like, less than half of it is horror movie. But, all of it is a horror movie in one way or another if you think about it. Alright, Princey, what movie will make more money in your opinion? The rebooted I Know What You Did Last Summer or Final Destination? I Know What You Did Last Summer because I think that's gonna have the bigger promotion, 1. 2, it's more nostalgic because it's kinda like a reboot in a sense, and I saw the here's the first time I'm gonna cough, hold on. Y'all don't wanna hear what that sounds like. I saw the trailer for Final Destinations Bloodline, and it looks like fun, but it looks like mindless fun. It looks like I could catch it on streaming, and the trailer for last summer seemed more grand, better marketing, so I think that's gonna end up making more money if I had to put my money on anything. How many Asian stuff are in your collection? Do you have a favorite? Of course, I'm staying true with my new moniker. I like it. I like it. Like Dell, like a lot of other people from New York, growing up in New York in the 80s, I was raised on Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan and Jet Li and Shaw Brothers every Saturday, 3 o'clock, drive-in movie. We would take a break from playing outside because I came up in that generation that played outside, and we'd go inside and watch drive-in movie, and then 5:05, unless your mother made you eat early or something, we were back outside trying to practice those moves on each other. Of course, we couldn't fly into a tree or anything like that, but we were there, like, trying to do, like, all kind of, like, Iron Fist moves and whatnot, so, I have a pretty decent amount of stuff. I have all the Bruce Lee stuff, I have a lot of Jackie Chan, including his earlier stuff, and I had the first Shaw scope, the first 2 Shaw scopes, so there's always room for more. There's always, like, room for Jet Li's. The other day, talking about how Sinners ties in, we were talking about the performance of Delroy Lindo in it, and he's always good. I mean, The Five Bloods, if you've never seen it, check it out. It's on Netflix. I think it was an Oscar-worthy performance that he put in, one of Chadwick Boseman's last performances as well. And I said, Delroy Lindo is just good in whatever he puts on. Like, for real, I feel like watching Romeo Must Die, which is not a straight up Asian movie or a kung fu flick or whatever, but you got some martial arts in there. So I do love that. So, yeah, I try to keep a decent amount of stuff in the collection, but I always want more. I always want more. Yeah, love Delroy Lindo for sure. Yeah, man, keep lurking. We still need you. Still need you. Dell knows about that. They were doing the same thing in Queens. Yes, the 505 reenactment of all kung fu scenes was essential. Yeah, you had to bust your boys behind, put some moves on him. Yeah, and just to go back, my favorite, like many others, is Five Deadly Venoms or the Five Venoms, as some people call it, um, which is in Short Scope Volume 1. I think I've had the DVD, the Blu-ray, and now I have it, the Blu-ray on the Shawscope set. So, yeah, I love that. You may have seen me flash something when I was sharing the Sinners poster, so I'm just gonna take a moment and bring it back up. So, tomorrow night, I am going to be a game guest, a contestant, as you will, on Fans of Something channel. They're doing this thing called Poorly Explained Movies. It's a game. And all I will tell you is if this sounds mildly interesting to you, just pop in. I think it starts about 7:30 Eastern tomorrow night. I don't know what I'm in for, but I'm just rolling with it for fun. I might have to like mute myself numerous times if I'm laughing too much, but I anticipate a good time. So if you like a good time, come and check us out over on Fans of Something. Eddie and Haley, the kids, they always do a good job. So yeah, definitely come and check that out. Should be fun. Should be fun. Looking forward to it. Yeah, Five Deadly Venoms, man. That was a staple. I don't know how many times they used to play that on drive-in movies on Saturdays, but they played it well enough that we knew the intro before Wu-Tang Clan came out. All those Wu-Tang intros that you hear in their songs, we knew them by heart from watching the movie because they would show the movie that many times. So we would like literally be outside and you feel like just randomly punching your friends. So you say number two, you practice the snake style. You just give them a little pop. So, the fun things we did as children. Oh man. Once again, I want to thank everybody for being here. Let's get into actually, let's get into I said I would have some giveaways, and I know people always do giveaways. They give away like codes or whatever, and I can't front. I just wonder how many of you just get the codes to turn around and sell it on a forum somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it up. If you win, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get your name. If I don't know you on social media, I will find a way to contact you and I will let you choose between, I don't know, one of these digital codes or I maintain a box of movies. Like anytime I do upgrades, I have a box of movies. So if you would like one of the movies from the box of movies, I'm terrible with mailing stuff out. Just got to let you know you'll get it eventually, but I don't know what year that is. But I'm just saying. So it's not a contest question or anything. It's me. So, I always want to have a conversation. So if you're here in the chat or you've been lurking, this is your time to get into the chat. So I have a conversation question for you. Not a typical one, but something to deal with it. So for giveaway one, my question is, and if it's you, you can't say you. Who has been your favorite guest on the conversation? Just throw it up in the chat. I want to see what kind of answers we get here. And you always got to wait those few extra seconds for it to go through. But while you're answering that question, I'm going to go into another question that was submitted here. And that was from Author Meg. What's up, girl? She was on my podcast, not this year, but last year. She was a guest host on my other podcast for Valentine's Day. And she asked if you could remake one of your favorite movies in a completely different style, which movie and how? I was thinking about this. My whole thing is if it's my favorite movie, that means I really like it. That means I don't want to see it done a different way. I don't even want to see a remake. I don't have any favorite movies where the remake came out and I was like, that was dope. It really paid a good homage to the original. No, you took something from my original favorite movie. So instead, I will choose a movie that I thought would have been a whole lot better if they did two completely different things. And it's going to sound weird, but for those of you who saw Amelia Perez, I think that movie would have been good if they just stuck to the crime story and not make it into a musical and not make it campy. That's one condition. Two, if they had real representation, like Mexicans and people who would not be appropriating. I think it would be like a good Mexican crime drama that had this little flip. And if they hid the fact that he had to change, but it was just like, like his cousin or whoever came and helped him out, and then you find out at the end that's what happened. That would be dope. But no music, no songs about vaginoplasty. No, just like a straight up Mexican crime drama. I would love to see the original premise for the movie done that way. Without making it campy, without making it a musical, just a straight crime drama. I think that'd be dope. Let's see who said what. Okay. Trini says I was a black belt at 8 watching Kung Fu film. Yeah, we all were. We thought we were out there. As far as favorite guests, Del says Stephanie from Movie Chatter. Okay. Yeah, I wish she's online more. I miss her content. I miss chatting with her all the time. So yeah. Cat from Reanimate Her. I know why you like that one. That was your recommendation. That was your recommendation. So yes, that was a good one. I have to say that was a really good one. Hey, my daughter on the check-in. Pop's Movie Dungeon. Yeah, man. My family they have a theory that if me and Pops were like close, live closer, that we would be like real hangout friends in real life, which I might have to agree. I think that'd be cool. Prince with the question, do you approve Glenn Powell as the next Ethan Hunt? I think Glenn Powell's like the it boy of the moment, kind of like Sydney Sweeney's the it girl. And I would love to see her get more into production and just sticking with acting. But I think anything that he wants to do is gonna be a decent thing. So I'll check it out. Neil, good to see you, man. Congrats on 1K, not answering for the giveaway, but was about to say I thought you did a great job with the guys from Perf Damage. All the best. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And offer stands, Neil. I would still love to have a conversation with you. Now we have options. I always tell people we could do it live, we could do it pre-recorded. Now I'll say, Neil, we could do the conversation live, we could do it pre-recorded, or we could do it audio only on the podcast. Your choice. Let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. Perf Damage. Perf Damage was probably one of my favorite guests because sometimes I don't know if this happens to you, especially if you consume a lot of content. You have to call it what it is. If you consume a lot of content on YouTube, watching different people, but you just see someone, or in this case, a couple, and you just vibe with how they are or the things that they're doing. So, for those of you that don't know, Perf Damage is a couple. They have a podcast. Now they also have a YouTube channel. He is in the industry. He works with Jimmy Kimmel. He's a camera tech, and he's been in the industry since he got to Hollywood. He was a page on Paramount a lot. He's done worn a lot of different hats, done a lot of different jobs. She works for Paramount, and she is in the film restoration department. When we did the conversation, she had just did White Christmas, and there's a moment in the conversation where I'm talking to her about some of my favorite restorations, and I mentioned, um, I think I mentioned To Catch a Thief, of course, Hitchcock, and then I mentioned High Noon because I had just recently watched it. My wife was here, and she said, "Oh, this looks really good, Grace Kelly fans." And I was like, "Yeah, and this is a new 4K. It's Kino. It looks great." Come to find out that Charlotte did that too. So they're just a couple that I vibed with. I still would like to get out to California and do my movie lover vacation touristy thing and go to Amoeba Records and go to spend a day at the Academy Museum and have a meetup out there. And yeah, I want to hang out with Perf Damage. I want to hang out with Joe Lynch because we become friends over the years going to um, Panic Fest and all that. So I would love to see that happen for sure. Trini says, I need to think about that, but probably the one with your kids. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, come on. That that one goes without saying. You know that that was, like, easily one of my favorites because, you know, I they're like little Padawans when it comes to movies, and it's so cool because I get to see them grow up and mature and have their own movie habits and TV watching habits, and I could tease them about it, but at the end of the day, it's like I molded this and I formed this. I just said that my youngest is watching Sinners right now. My son, as soon as he gets here, he's logging into his Crunchyroll account, he's watching his anime, or he's putting me game on some short film. And my daughter and I, she's still here, she lives here. So we get a chance to see a lot of movies together, either in the theater or down here in the basement. So yeah, those are like my little movie Padawans. So yeah, and I get to be Papa Papa KB. So I'm glad you enjoy that. That's one I literally I go back and I watch pieces of that all the time, all the time. Almost forgot Tommy, AKA Black Horror Survivor. Yeah, man. Tommy's another one. He's like Prince, man. He starts talking and you just smile. If you don't follow Black Horror Survivor on Instagram, he don't post all the time. He's not on there all the time. He's a busy man, but when he posts, it's kinda like it just makes you smile, it makes you happy, like, he did something recently on movie quotes that just stay with you and you end up, like, in your daily lexicon and whatnot. Like, I'm sure people aren't exactly going around saying you're gonna need a bigger boat, but, it might be stuff from a horror movie you might say all the time and people don't get it. Like, there's a meme trend going around, and I find myself saying, "I gotta return some videotapes," and people don't know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, it's good. It's good. We got brother James in the house saying, "Happy Friday. Congrats on 1K. Feel better. Thank you, sir. You are a warrior. You are a dear friend, and you are a good brother. I really appreciate you, Mr. Tony down there, also in GA. Um, Thank you. I'm always available to be your guest host on your live stream when you want to talk Criterion or even Arrow. Shout out to Arrow for putting out that Cobra release. Can't wait to get that in July. So always good to see you, man. Okay. So Mama Blu-ray says the twins. Yes. I love when the twins are on. I think I've had them on them and Mel. I think those two are like the guests I had on most. I had Mel on a couple of times, and I had the twins on twice on the conversation, and then they were on a round table or two. So definitely the most, definitely. Um, and saying hi to James. Okay, so because I love the Wheel of Names, this is how I'm going to do it. I have the Wheel of Names. We got a few people in there. I'm just going to hit spin. I'm not picking anybody. The wheel is. This is what we do. My wife and I, we just pick something. Pops is going to win something. He ain't even here. Get out of here. I'll hit him up. I'll hit him up and see if he needs anything from me. I seriously doubt it. The man got a collection. That should have said, that should, no, I can't give it to my own daughter. She live here. Get out of here. I'm going to spin it again. It's 104. This is how we're doing it. Brother Dell. All right. I'll hit you up after this and tell you what I got. All right. Cool. Uh yeah, someone else does the survey. You could just come down here and pick something from the box. That's the funny thing. You know where the box is, so it's all good. It's all good. And that's how easy it is, folks. Let's see. Any did I miss any other questions in between? I have to say, I love the conversations that I've had from beginning until now. We got Cody in the house. What's up? Don't forget to roundhouse kick that like button. Man, I hear that thing in my sleep now. I have to tell you, I hear that phrase in my sleep. Also, I hear, "What's up, dudes and dudettes?" So we just gotta meet one day. That's all it is. I gotta get out there to, Zona and just we gotta meet up because that is like it's inevitable. It's inevitable. We gotta meet up, drive around, listen to some Keith Sweat, something, something. I think that'd be so cool. It's because I'm whispering it to you. Oh, who's that creeping in my window? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's either that or I still remember that live stream that we did about Darkman X, man. And it was just so cool to find out that you had all these other blue tubers that were into DMX and the love and not just like the popular cuts, like the deep album cuts. I love that. I love just the way that was. So, what's up, T? Thank you so much. Thank you for popping in. I'm just going to get to the second question, uh, just to continue things here. So, this one is just because I always want to keep it within the family as far as like this channel. Yes, it's for me and it's for movie lovers, but I see it as a way it's for you too. So, I always want to ask um, this question. So, giveaway question number two is what do you want to see more of on the channel? You know, it's very easy to say, oh, we want to see more conversations with, more people we like or more famous people. Me too. Me too. But seriously, if there's something that you like, maybe let's say you like the roundtables more than the individual conversations and you want to see more of that. Somebody told me they like hauls and they want to see me do hauls every month. I prefer to show you not what I got, but what I unwrapped. You want to see what I got? I'll show you right now. So I'm the last person to get their criterions from the Criterion flash sale. So there you go. I got Wages of Fear 4K, Winchester 73 4K. My grandfather would be proud of me for getting a Western. JoJo Dancer. I upgraded my Blue Velvet and I got the Grifters because the last copy of the Grifters I have. Is it over there still? Yeah, last copy I have of the Grifters is on DVD. So, what do you want to see more of on the channel? I I want to do this for me. It's always for me, otherwise I don't do it. But I also want to do it for you. So, go ahead and add that to the chat, and we could talk about it for sure. Yeah, that stream was awesome. You guys did a good job, and like I said, it wasn't just like the party ups and you know what's my names and all that. You guys had cuts, and I like that. And the top five, the scene from top five, that was my favorite. I think I'm doing very well. I haven't coughed more than once. So now that I say that, so Mika wants to see more roundtables. I like to get more into them for sure because um, it's fun. It's fun to kind of play moderator in that sense and just let people as a one to many format get in their opinions and just talk openly. We all have opinions on what's going on in the industry or certain movies or top fives. I have topic. It's just a matter of putting it together and getting the right people involved. So I would love to do it. Yeah. Love the collective discussions. Yeah, me too. Me too, for sure. Tiana also loves the roundtables. Yeah, T. I would really like to get some more of them going. So would love to do that. Dell, same thing. Definitely roundtables. It's good because, to me, it's like when you do a conversation, to find out more about the person, their favorite films, blah, blah, blah. But the round table is more like an open format. So, third KB says movie review videos. My friends ask me for them whether whenever new stuff's coming out. I know you write reviews, but you are loquacious and eloquent with words. So movie video reviews. I'm thinking about taking those. Shout out to Fonte from the Foreign Exchange and Little Brother. I'm thinking about taking it to the Tiki Talk because he used to have this thing called Movie in a Minute. And I'm going to steal that idea. And I'm just going to do, people say, how was Sinners? I could wrap up Sinners in a minute and I could talk for 2 hours about Sinners as well. But, when you're trying to keep things spoiler free, there's only certain things that you could say. So I definitely will start doing them that way. I think that's good because for every movie I see, and yeah, for every movie I see, I could just do it that way. And for the ones that I see early, because I do attend a lot of screeners, those I'll put on YouTube. So Trini says roundtables are fire. Yeah, man. I do enjoy them. I enjoy them because I feel like everyone gets like their open shot. Their open shot. Mozart's Ghost, first time visiting. Congrats on your growing channel. Thank you. And that reminds me, I need to get my Amadeus 4K. Thank you. Thank you. Topic. Prices are too damn high. It's like the rent. Yeah, you got that for real. But I don't know who are these disillusioned people who think, oh, it's gonna go back down. When has prices ever really gone back down that weren't fluctuating? It's like there's always gonna be somebody who'll say, remember when VHSs were $100 and Laserdisc used to be 60 and the retail price of a Criterion 60. So I don't think there's ever going to be a time when it goes back down. Like I feel like those Lionsgate Steelbook Best Buy 1995 days long gone. You see what Lionsgate Limited is doing. Even I'm gonna cop that Freaky Tales because I really really like that movie. But I think even if they say something is $29.99, that's still that's still 50% markup on what it used to be at Best Buy, going through a third party. So now you are doing it direct and you're charging more. Mama, where you going? You want to say hi? Say hi to everybody. Hi. Oh, they didn't hear you on the mic. Say it again. Say hi. Anyway, I don't think we're ever going to get back down to those $20 prices. But yeah, that's definitely a good topic to have, especially since, Sony and Disney acting a fool, thinking they're boutique in a way. But anyhow, I digress. We got Dimension Scott. What's up, my man? Good to see you as always. Thanks for the check in. Let's see. Let me try to do this again. Dell, you can't win again. But I got your name in there anyway. Double. I'll contact you as well. Might be easier just to do digital codes. I think that's why everybody does it because it's like I will. Yes, I did see it. Yes, right there. I acknowledged. It's easier to get that out than going to the post office. Post office is another thing getting too damn high. So there's that too. Uh, I'm doing well. I said I'd give myself an hour or so. So I think I'm doing well. Um, any questions? Go ahead and pop them in the chat. But I am going to move on to the third one. Might end up being the same people. Let's see. So if you've watched any of the conversations, you know what the last question is. And I have to admit, I have almost 100 people. But if you ever seen any of the conversations, you know that I don't just ask the same questions except the 5 at the end, but I like to do the research. I need time to do research on these people, especially if they don't have a channel. That makes it even harder. There are some people that I definitely want to get that I've wanted to get for a while on the conversation, so we could definitely talk about a few of them. The owner of Screenland Armor, where Panic Fest is, and the guy who co-runs the festival. Even though it's over, I would still love to get Tim and Adam on there. Um, there's this new channel that I follow. Her name is Kyle, and she does video reviews like Third KB was saying. It's called Her Review. I like her scale, whether she likes a movie or not. If you go on Instagram, you look at her reviews podcast, I think it's called. Just look up hers for Sinners, spoiler free, but check it out. Um, and then there's people that I've wanted to have on there for a while. Will Dotson from Somebody's Favorite Productions. Um, yeah, Bruce Campbell. Haha. I finally got Dan in real life, or Blu-ray Dan, however you see him. Uh, I still want to have Luke Ponto on here whenever he's ready. Still want to have Neil if he wants to come on. Um, and then there's other people. Eric Moline, he used to run the Kansas City Film Critics Circle. My friend Kevin Wilmot, who co-wrote Black Klansman with Spike Lee, Oscar winner. Definitely want to get him on here. Daisuke Beppu from his channel, Mr. I have every criterion under the sun. Want to have him on here. Fuzz, I think he'd be interesting to talk to, the original Fuzz. But I got to do my research first. So definitely I want to get these people on here, but I definitely want to do some more roundtables as well. So that leads me to the third question, which is, who would you like to see me have on the channel? Someone that hasn't been mentioned yet from the conversations you've seen, anything like that. Excuse me. KB, would love to see you have Jill Six on. I did. I had her on when she was coming out with, I want to say it was Ghost Game, or it might have been Black Mold. I can't remember. But she was on one of the October episodes. Jill's a homie. I see her every time I go out to some event, whether it's down here in Kansas City or up at Screenland in North Kansas City. She's there. So yeah, I'll send you the link afterwards. But yeah, that Jill's the homie for sure. Cece is a good one. I would like to have Cece on here. I think that'd be fun. She's a good follow, that's for sure. Anyone else? Who do you want to see me have on here? My mama girl. See, she wants to talk in the mic, but she doesn't know where it is. If I move it, she might talk. Have to get Xena on here. I'm not familiar with Xena. What's their channel? Put me on. I'd like to see. Lady Shasha would be so much fun. But I almost want to hold off until like the holiday season, almost till like October. Same thing for, oh my gosh, what's her name? I know on Instagram she's Spooky Astronauts, but I forgot her name. I follow her on YouTube too. She's from Australia. She's a trip. There's a lot of female horror fans that I want to have on here because for some reason y'all dudes out there think they don't exist. They're out here deep. That is for sure. Yeah. Me and the lady chopping it up would be so much fun. So much fun. And there's even people I wanna have back on because might not have had them on since the beginning and just, times change or, just you just have a good rapport with people. You just wanna see them on again. Ooh, good time. Let's talk about the podcast. So, took the conversation to a podcast. I'm doing it through Somebody's Favorite Productions, and we have 2 episodes up right now. I had one with, a lady named Ashley. She's a counselor, and we did like a little in-depth thing on the substance and how it relates to different issues in society today. And then instead of doing a get to know me episode, we had someone else put me through the conversation, and that someone is Ryan from The Disconnected. So he basically uh, did the questions with me, including the 5 takes, which was interesting. And in typical Ryan fashion, he had to put a little remix on it. So if you wanted to look for it on your favorite podcast catcher, just go look for the conversation with KB Loves Movies. There's a lot of the conversations out there. So make sure you add with KB Loves Movies in order to find me. But I'm trying to do that every week or two, and what it will also include is some past conversations that I had on YouTube in an audio only format. So it might be shorter, it may not include some of the chat stuff and just focus just on the things that we're speaking to directly one on one. It might be one of your conversations. You never know. So if I do put something out there and it's one of yours, I will let you know just so if you want to put it out there and share the good news. And there might be people like how Mika was just saying with Jill Six. There might be one out there that you might have missed. So you could go back and at least listen to the audio. And this just came from people telling me all the time that they drive around and listen to the conversation. They may not have that 45 minutes, 75 minutes to sit down and watch it. So they just drive around and listen to it. So now you can in a podcast format. So new exclusive conversations there, as well as some best of kind of things from the past. So check it out. Tell me what you think, and I would love to do that. Kate is busy. Shout out to my co-host from the center seat, Kate. She Center seat still exists. It's just we never have a chance to get together. She's supposed to come over here and watch the Phantom Thread. I'm thinking about just doing an episode on that because I think that'd be cool. But she's another one. She's the homie as well. And yeah, I miss you, Kate. That's all I'll say. So the conversation with KB Loves Movies is separate from the Center Seat podcast, but they're both audio adventures, and I love doing it. This is what I'm talking about. I got too much time on my hands. Not so. Um, let's see. Did I have any other questions that got submitted here? I made sure I answered each of them individually. So, Dell and Mika, I'll hit you up afterwards. I was thinking about that when I popped in. Mika says you'll have to have some of the guys from Scream Kings. I was thinking about that when I popped into your live stream with them the other night, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I would love to have them talking about that 4K Kings." If you don't follow them on YouTube, they do really good reviews of physical media, so I would love to catch up with them. It's easier when I'm already watching the person's content because I might have a question or two written down just based on stuff that I watch. And sometimes you have to ask someone 3, 4 times before you could come up with a time and everything like that. So, I would love to get in contact with both Scream Kings and 4K Kings. So just a matter of doing it. And now that I got the antibiotics routine going, gonna get better here in a few days. And we will have some conversations coming up for sure. But until then, I want to thank everyone for checking in tonight. Uh, Thank you once again for helping me get to this landmark. I know it's just a simple landmark for some people, but I appreciate it because I never thought I would get 100 people. And when I did that, I celebrated that too. So 100, 1,000, we'll just keep going and keep celebrating as we go along because it's always about the journey, not the destination, not necessarily the milestone. So whatever you do, enjoy the journey and keep watching movies, keep talking movies, because especially these days, there's people who want to talk movies, not necessarily with people that will geek out, but people that can appreciate cinema and streaming and physical media. So definitely want to do that. So let's see. Yeah. Thanks for checking in again, Trini. Have a good night. Thank you, Brother Dell. Enjoy the rest of your night as well. Thank you, sir. And once again, I want to thank everyone else for popping in, lurking, checking the rewatch, all that good stuff. Leave me a like, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you want to go back and answer any of the questions that I had, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'd appreciate that. But as I always say, and you might be wearing this soon, go watch a movie. Yes, sir. Have a good night. Have a good night, Mika. Thanks for popping in. Everyone else, have a good night and have a good weekend too. Go watch Sinners if you haven't seen it. It's good. Peace, Mozart's Ghost. I love that name. I love that name. I'm going to try to, Mama. I promise. I promise. Have a good night, everyone.